hair looks like a while.
All right. It says we're live, so good evening, everybody. First thing I need y'all to do is let us know that you can hear us. Looks like we've already got a couple of comments waiting. So let us know you can hear us, first off. Are we coming in loud and clear?
Hello.
Yeah. I'm going to wait for everybody or somebody to answer us that they can hear us.
Our lips are moving, but can you hear them?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Okay, thank you.
We're always so nervous about that.
Yeah. We do several test lives before we actually go live just to make sure, because we've had that issue before where we're just sitting there like that. So, all right, let's start off with the comments. Let's greet some people. Our first commenter is Smoky Mountain Man. Hi, Derek and Shaughnessy. Good to see you both tonight. I enjoyed traveling with you on your 2 recent road trips. Well, thank you very much. Along. Yes, thank you for going along with us. We enjoyed going on them. Sharon says, good evening. Finally made it on time for the live stream. First, let's welcome. And Denise from Kentucky says, hello from Kentucky, Shaughnessy and Derek. Thank you very much. And Denise got both of our names right. Look at that. Nice. I don't think that's ever happened. Nice. Thank you, Denise. Actually, Michelle did too. Nice. Good evening, Derek and Shaughnessy from Central Florida. Good evening. Going to be in your neck of the woods in about, 4 weeks?
Yeah.
Something like that, 3, 4, 5, give or take.
A month. Today's the 16th.
Okay. We don't give the exact dates yet, but anyway. Christopher Sproles, hello from Wise, Virginia. Good evening. Smoky Mountain Man, welcome Sharon, Christopher. Yes, sir. All right. Let's see. I can hear you. Thank you, Jeff. Audio great. We always worry about that. Let's see. I don't want to skip comments here. HF Bruton 5. I'm not sure what that. Okay, but it looks like everybody can hear us. John, greetings from Florence, South Carolina. Good evening in Florence. We were just in Florence back at the end of May. Sherry says, hi, hello, Sherry. Paulette Brochette, hi, Derek and Shaughnessy from Delaware. Okay, Delaware, the first state. All right. Sherry Sunshine, I hear you. Hi from South Carolina, blessings. Thank you, Wanda. Denise from Kentucky. So it sounds like everybody can hear us. Good evening, Tony. Hope y'all are doing well. Paulette says, we loved your national parks adventures. Well, that's a trip we've been excited about for a couple of months.
And I was excited for the Tetons, Grand Tetons. That was like I loved it.
The Tetons and Yellowstone were two we'd never been to. We had been to Rocky Mountain, but it had been a while. I will say Rocky Mountain was a lot better view and a lot better weather this time as far as the clarity and being able to see. You know who D28 picker is? It's Thurston and Lovey. That's an inside joke, y'all. He's calling us the Howells. Actually, that's our friend from Georgia. He and his wife, we thought for a while they were going to name a cruise line after them because they went cruising like every other day. Not really, but seemed like every time we would go on a cruise with them, the red carpet. So we started calling them the Howells. So,
one time we were on a cruise. And, you have to wait and board within, I guess, your groups that you're classified. And
they did.
They were like, whatever the elite was, I don't remember if it was diamond, platinum, whatever. So they're sitting over like in this, was it a glass room? And we're sitting over here in the hot with just the everyday people.
Yeah. I thought the whole terminal was going to applaud, But those are friends of ours, have been for a long time. Yeah, they sure did. They're the reasons we got hooked on cruising. LT's place says, hey, y'all from Lancaster, South Carolina. All right. I have to keep that straight because we've been in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and I had to learn how to pronounce that. We have friends in Lancaster, California, and they say it Lancaster. So Lancaster, South Carolina, just below Charlotte. DP Mark, hello. Good evening to DP Mark. Philip says, hello from North Georgia. Good evening. G.A. Pritchett's, hi, Derek and Shaughnessy. Hello to you. Sherry Dennison, hi. We went walking and got soaked, but we needed this more. We sure did.
Yeah, we got some good rain.
We didn't know if we was going to be able to go live because we had a code red thunderstorm warning coming on our phones.
I still hear thunder every once in a while, but we got some rain earlier.
I want to say that when we scheduled this, we did not mean to interfere with the RNC tonight. We weren't even thinking about it, to be honest with you. And it hit me this evening that a lot of people may be watching that. So we understand if you are.
Or you can have us on the TV, or have that on the TV and have us on the phone. The best of both worlds.
But we sure did need the rain, that's for sure. I'll tell you how bad we needed it. The last time I had mowed my grass, it was right before we left to go out west. We left June 27th. I think I mowed the 26th. When we came back, it was pretty much brown and hadn't grown an inch, and that we were gone 9 days. And so I still haven't mowed it again. So I haven't needed to. Maybe after this rain, I will need to.
Sorry, I was going to go live on my phone, and it has to play an ad first.
Oh, okay.
For my own video.
So let's see. Kim B, hello, dear friends. So glad you had a safe and beautiful trip. Thank you very much. I hope y'all enjoyed the videos, and I just got a couple little miscellaneous. I know some of y'all are bored with the flights, but I actually uploaded our flight home this evening just because we flew over some stuff. But that's not probably the highlight. The main videos are up. I am curious. I want to throw a question out there as we're reading the comments. Out of all the videos we posted that week, which were a lot of them, who had a favorite or even a least favorite, if you want to tell us that? I understand our thumbs down person. If you're here, I know you didn't like any of them, but most people, I think, did enjoy them. So we do. We have somebody who just thumbs down everything we upload. So if they're watching, you didn't like any of them, we get it. So, but if y'all had a favorite, let us know what it was. We would like to know that. So Rhonda says, "Good. Hey guys, good evening. Good evening, Rhonda." Susie Q, good afternoon, Derek and Shaughnessy from North Las Vegas.
Wow.
So yeah, you're in the mountain time zone or Pacific. I would say you're mountain. I could be wrong. So you would be 2 hours behind us. Hot here for weeks now. Would love cooler weather. Wanda says Lexington. I guess that was in reference. Yeah, what part of South Carolina?
I'm gonna say a quick hello to Koala Bear. She had said that she probably wouldn't be able to say much because of other obligations this evening, and I saw where she stopped in and said hello. So hope you're doing well.
Yes, hope you and your family are doing well. Thank you for stopping in tonight. Lexington, South Carolina. Do you remember when we were in Lexington, South Carolina, and what happened that day?
It was snowing.
It snowed, I think, on Halloween.
That was when Dylan was graduating.
2014, and it don't hardly snow in Lexington.
Training or Army
in most
training.
winters, but yeah, in October it snowed. You might remember that, Wanda. That was in 2014. We were at Fort Jackson, and we actually drove up there to see it and ate at Uno Pizzeria there.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know if that's still there. Amy Thomas says, hey, Amy. Candy says, good evening from Zanesville, Ohio. Thank you for watching. Pete says, got to get to Glacier. We know that. We have actually been talking about that.
So we bought America the Beautiful National Park Pass. That's good for a year. It goes to the end of July.
Yeah.
So we're trying to figure out where can we use that.
And that has been thrown out there. It's just, I don't honestly know what airport we would even fly into. I don't know if it's Salt Lake City or if there's one closer. That's kind of up there, not really near any major cities, but I know people go, so there's got to be a way. But yeah, that is something we've talked about because we've never had the National Park Pass before. We don't need it in the Smokies, but we needed it out west, and it saved us $20 to get it. So yeah, Glacier is one we want to see next. In fact, a guy met us there in Tetons. He was riding a motorcycle, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And we had stopped off there at the lake and he had stopped off. And I don't know how I got talking to him, but anyway, he might have seen us recording or something. I don't remember. But he told us that to go to Glacier and ride it's called Going to the Sun Road. And he said ride it west to east. I don't know what difference that makes, but he said you got to reserve it way ahead of time. So he gave us a tip there. So Sharon said, always wanted to see the Grand Tetons, and through your eyes, I did so.
It's beautiful.
We're glad to be able to have brought that to you because we always want to see the Grand Tetons. I think of the three, that was the one I was most excited about beforehand.
Me too, because when we were actually trying to plan out the trip and figure our time and where we were all going, and this was just, we like to do what if questions. What if we could only do one? Which one would you want it to be? And I'm like, I want to do the Tetons. That's the one I wanted to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we could do it quickly though. I mean, there's more you could take the time and explore, but.
Yeah. The Tetons is a lot easier to see than Yellowstone is. You can see the Tetons in a day twice probably.
Yeah.
Yellowstone, you can't do it. Linda says, hello from Michigan. Come back inside to watch you guys. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. Terry Coleman says, love watching all your videos from out west. Janine and Terry come from Pennsylvania.
Hello.
Greetings to y'all in Pennsylvania. Appreciate y'all watching us. Kathy says, hey, friends, love your trip to Yellowstone. Thanks for all you do for us. Love you both. Thank you, Kathy. We appreciate that so much. Let's see. Nancy Edwards, loved your adventures out west. Thanks for sharing with us. I'm in the foothills of Blue Ridge.
Okay.
Now, you mean like just the Blue Ridge Mountains, or you mean like Blue Ridge, Georgia? Because we're in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains too. Wanda says, hey. Paulette Burchette, where did you fly into for your national parks adventures? We flew, our flight's actually online. That was actually the first video we posted. We flew to Dallas Fort Worth for an hour, 42-minute layover, then flew to Wichita, Kansas. I think a lot of people want to know, including our son, why aren't you just flying into Denver? The reason we did not fly into Denver is because I wanted to go back to Dodge City and do some of the Western history stuff and bring some videos there. I wanted to go to Greensburg and do the Well. That's a town that was devastated by a tornado back in 2007, right after our last visit. I wanted to go there and feature that as a review and let people know about that. If you're ever in that area, stop in and support it. It's really a neat thing.
It really is. I got a lot of information there.
So really, we just had some videos in Kansas we wanted to do. So we flew to Wichita. I started our road trip in Wichita and drove from Wichita. I think we drove a total about, 2,600 miles that week.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, but we started in Wichita and just moved west. And you can see our videos pretty much in order. D28 Picker, haha, we love you guys. Looking forward to seeing you again. Well, that hopefully within the next few weeks, we're going to be coming your way. Now, I need to get you that fishing rod mailed out so you can get to work on that. He does a really good job repairing fishing rods and actually making custom rods. So remind me not to forget that. I'm glad you showed up tonight. But tell you and the wife, tell her hello for us. Look forward to seeing y'all soon. Sarah P. Hi from West Virginia. Good evening in West Virginia. Susan Landry. Hi, y'all from South Louisiana. Love your videos. Thank you, Susan. LD's place. Beautiful country out west. Thanks for the video. Yes, it is. It sure is. And there's Wendy from Cherokee. She actually told us that when we went camping there a few weeks ago, we actually drove past her house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that was pretty neat. Let me go back up. I skipped like 15 comments there. Wow, I did skip a lot.
You want me to handle the mouse?
You may have to. Let's keep scrolling up. Let's see. Where were we? It was Wendy Logan. Yeah, hi from Cherokee.
Yeah, I'll handle it.
Smoky Mountain Treasure Hunter and Lottery Scratcher. Hey, Pete, hello from Cherokee. Oh, we got a couple people from Cherokee. Nice. Awesome. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say something about Cherokee and the whole Smokies. This is going to sound weird because we went to some of the most majestic national parks, not Glacier, but we went to 3 others. But I think you actually said something that I'd already been feeling. We got to get back to the Smokies. We feel like it's been forever.
Yeah, I said.
And that's still our national park.
So we got a Gatlinburg trip planned, and I was like, I want to ride through the national park and just enjoy it.
I almost feel like we cheated on the Smokies or something, but yeah, but we do. That's still our national park.
Yeah.
It's great to see other places, but that's still it.
Yep.
Wanda, we didn't get any rain today. I'll tell you, we haven't had much at all. We got just a little bit a couple of nights ago, but today we had a really, really good downpour.
Yeah, we did.
Brenda B, hi, Derek and Shaughnessy. Good evening. Lisa says, hi, Derek and Shaughnessy.
Hello.
Good evening to you, Lisa. I love the musical traveling video. It was great. I didn't know whether to upload that or not because some of it was such poor quality. It's just shaking. Plus, when I sped it up, that didn't help.
I thought it was good.
Well, it was the road. It's not my fault. We had the camera mounted, but just that road in some places was so. But I'm glad you enjoyed that. I actually have a CD, Western themes from old Westerns. It has Gunsmoke, all that. I thought that would be cool just to put some footage. Not. I can't monetize it, obviously, but it can use it. So, just thought that was just a little fun video.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like that. So.
Virginia Moore, hi from Hendersonville.
Hello in Hendersonville. Ralph and Tamba Agee, hi from Copper Hill, Virginia. Good evening.
Hendo.
I'm not sure what that means.
And we said hello to Miss
Yes, Miss Koala Bear. Wanda, Oh, yes, it was amazing. Thank you for doing them. Tony, I have y'all on my phone. The RNC convention on one TV and the All-Star game on the other. I forgot about the All-Star game. We really have a lot of nerve going live tonight.
But thank you so much for having all.
I was not thinking about all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that girl didn't sing the national anthem at the All-Star game.
What girl?
Oh, goodness, that was tough to listen to.
Oh, she wasn't good?
No. I'm being generous. I think she come out today and she's getting a lot of flack for it. Says she was intoxicated. I don't know why you would do that, but yeah. I didn't mow for a month. I just did yesterday. As soon as I finished, it was turning brown. Yeah, I agree. Let's see. We love seeing all the parks. Your last Rocky Mountain video with the intense winds.
That was.
I kid you not. It was hard for me to stand still. And we got out, and I couldn't. There was a couple of times if you parked a certain way, I couldn't hardly push my door open. It would want to come back and hit me before I could even get out. That was some intense wind. I bet you it was 80 miles an hour.
It was strong, very strong.
So Candy says they were all great. Man, we appreciate that. If you do have a favorite, let us know what it was. If you enjoyed them all, that's great too. Smoky Mountain Man, Derek and Shaughnessy, what was your most favorite thing that you did on your PA trip and your Western trip? And on your Western trip? You take that first.
Okay, so my Pennsylvania trip, my favorite thing would be going to Hershey's, I believe. I don't know. Hershey's was really good. Shady Maple was really good. And Sight and Sound. That night, honestly, was such a blessing. That was just amazing. And then on our Western trip, I would say seeing the Tetons. Honestly, that was like the highlight for me. There were several things. I mean, like we got to see Artist Point, which was, I think it's actually my profile picture on Facebook, and Grand Prismatic. When you hike above it and look down, that was awesome. I love that.
Now, for me, Pennsylvania, honestly, there wasn't anything on that trip I didn't enjoy.
I know, it was all good.
I really enjoyed meeting up with friends up there.
Oh,
I think, I love Sight and Sound. That was a blessing. But it's not every day you get to sit down beside of and have a meal with a former Major League Baseball player.
No.
So for me, like I say, we had fellowship with a lot of good friends. But I enjoyed sitting down with a former Major League pitcher, and especially one who is in the record books. Mm-hmm. That was just neat. Very appreciative for that opportunity and the people that made it happen. Smoky Mountain Treasure, and also.
I would say, what was your Western? Your
oh yeah. I would have to say seeing the Tetons for the first time. I love the West. I don't even know if I could pick a favorite because I love Dodge City. I wanted to go back there so bad. Love seeing the Tetons. Yellowstone, I won't say anything to criticize it. It just, to me, the Tetons is more scenic of the two. That's just the way it hit me. And Rocky Mountain was beautiful because this is the first time I've actually seen it in good weather. And then visiting family.
Yeah.
Seeing you get to reconnect with your half brother that you first found out about in 2005, and last time you saw him was in 2006. See, just getting to reconnect with him.
Right. Yeah.
That was great. Mm-hmm. So, is that where we're at now?
Yep.
Me and him in Tennessee have so enjoyed your recent videos, God's beauty and magnificence. I hope they're using the power of those waterfalls to power the communities in the area. That's interesting. I don't know the answer to that. Thank you for taking your time to show. I'll tell you what, those are some of those powerful waterfalls.
I don't know if they could if they're in the national park.
Yeah, I don't know how that.
Yeah, I don't know either. But there's a lot of those turbine things.
Yeah, they're everywhere out there. That upper falls, just when you're standing right there looking at it, and from the lower viewpoint, this sheer amount of water, you can't wrap your mind. It's like the Grand Canyon. I can tell you about it and I can show you pictures, but you hadn't seen it until you've been there.
Yeah.
I had seen that waterfall on another video we watched before we went out there, and him talking about just how much water's going over. And I'm thinking, yeah, whatever. But when you get there, it really is. It really is. Mm-hmm. And let's see, where are we at now?
Brenda B. I like the Tetons and Yellowstone.
Yeah.
It's breathtaking view.
Now, believe it or not, we have not even watched the Yellowstone video yet. I worked for hours getting that thing uploaded. It was a long one. We've watched the Tetons. We have not even watched all of our own videos from the trip yet. We haven't had time. But I'm looking forward to seeing it, seeing how it turned out. So I don't know how it turned out. Pikes Peak Drive without guardrails was hair raising. Yes, it certainly was. I thought they would have rectified that situation. The first time we ever drove up it in 1995, it wasn't even paved all the way up. It was a dirt road. And there was a lot of snow that year. And there, even in July, there was still snow runoff and melt, and the road was muddy. I mean, terrible. Then they paved it all the way up. But I don't know why the guardrails aren't. I don't know. I don't understand that. North Las Vegas is Pacific. Okay, Pacific time zone. That's interesting. You made the videos, and my favorite was Grand Teton National Park and the musical traveling video. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed them. The Tetons are they're indescribable.
Mom called them the Mighty Tetons.
Yeah, indescribable.
Yeah.
Traveling with the Reagans. Hello, good evening to y'all. NC Henderson Adventures. Hello from Wilmington, North Carolina. Oh, okay, down by the coast. Angie Sue, I really appreciate the trip. I've never been past Nebraska. The views you guys showed us was amazing. I think Nebraska is a lot like Kansas in a way. Some hills, and then maybe the further west you go, the flatter. We drove across Nebraska in 95, your first trip out there.
Yeah.
We had gone up to Cheyenne, then cut across on 80.
My grandfather that lived in Minnesota was originally from
Nebraska. Omaha, I think. Yeah. Our favorite was Pikes Peak video. Now, I will say, I think Pikes Peak was my favorite video to put together. And the reason being is because that was the spot where America the Beautiful from Catherine Lee Bates was pinned. She was looking at that view from the summit of Pikes Peak. And I told her, I said, I'm going to do a slideshow at the end. I downloaded America the Beautiful, 2 versions of it. And the slideshow was all our pictures from out there, except for the 2 of the ocean and 1 of the Atlanta skyline. I needed something of the city. Hadn't gotten back to Denver yet.
I thought he did a really good job on it.
But other than that, all those pictures in that slideshow to America the Beautiful were of pictures we took on that trip from Kansas, Colorado, and Wyoming. Yeah. I enjoyed putting that one together.
Yeah, that was.
I released it on the 4th. It was something to honor America, and it was patriotic, and I've watched it like 10 times since then. So I don't know if y'all watched any of the convention last night, but when he walked in there and Lee Green was singing God Bless the USA, and he walks in there with his ear bandaged.
Where was that?
In bed.
Oh.
I mean, you asked. So,
well,
that was just.
You must have watched it later than
that one made my hair stand up, honestly, just seeing that. My Pikes Peak video is probably second to that. I thought that slideshow was really neat at the end. Where are we?
Hello, Derek and Shaughnessy from Salem, Indiana.
Oh,
enjoyed
hello,
your
Jeff.
West videos very much.
Thank you. I'm glad you did.
So LT's Place has an idea here. She says, hey, everybody, quick reminder. If you're watching it on your phone, close out the chat and hit the thumbs up and then come back to the chat.
Thank you. That's right. Yeah, give it a thumbs up if you haven't already.
So Lisa Marshall says, my favorite was Rocky Mountain since I went with my family in May 2009. It was still too snowy all the way up.
To go all the way up to the top. The top. Yeah. I can believe that. I mean, there was still snow left in July. So if you went in May, I can certainly believe that. Pete says, I can't wait to get back to Missoula, Montana. So I think it was you that commented earlier. That's the airport. So that makes sense. I wonder about how far is that from Glacier? Because we really do want to do that. Denise from Kentucky, I love the Grand Tetons video the best, and then the Yellowstone video. Okay. Thank you for letting us know that. So it seemed like the Tetons is pretty popular in Pikes Peak. Linda says, I enjoyed the Teton, and the guys are going up. There was all beautiful. Well, thank you very much. Oh, I think she means the guys are going up.
Oh, the geyser. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably what she's talking about. Old Faithful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Old Faithful's not so faithful. There's this idea that it goes off every 90 minutes. That's not true. They even tell you to give or take 10 minutes from the next predicted time, and I think it was 15 minutes late. But yeah, we did get to see it. Dwayne Pierce, hello from the Pierce family. Right, go Wolfpack, go Wolfpack.
So I just Googled airport near Glacier. There is actually a Glacier Park International Airport.
Really? I guess like Jackson.
Yeah, just 12 miles.
Or Kalispell. Okay. Well, I'll look it up. We'll get it figured out. Hello, Shaughnessy and Derek. Sure glad you made it home safe. Loved all the videos that you shared. But thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. Some of the roads you were on scared you. You think you were scared? Well,
Go ahead.
Skyline Drive. I had zero intention of letting her drive across it.
Yeah, he's like, you're not driving that.
But she asked me nicely, and
I was driving anyway when
we
we
went
got
over
to
some
it.
ground rules beforehand, before I would get back in the vehicle.
You never got out.
I did too, right there at the entrance. I did get out. That's why how I filmed the entrance.
Oh, I thought we were driving through it.
No, we had to switch drivers. Remember?
Okay, I thought I was driving anyway.
No,
Okay.
no, because I was not planning to drive across it. So, but you talked me into it.
Anyway.
The scariest 5 miles of my life.
I had to finish it. It's like I started. It's like I have.
But here's the
complete
thing.
it.
She tells me before she goes, if I start getting nervous, I'll tell you and I'll stop. Well, then she starts getting nervous. And that made me more nervous. I said, well, do you want to stop? No. So,
It's like you can't stop in the middle of that little skinny
So
road.
I drove going up Pikes Peak, except for like the last mile. And she was on my case all the way up there.
Well, Pikes Peak was actually before Skyline Drive in Kansas City. So
Same day.
Very easy to say, oh, I can do this, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that last mile, I remember going up and then it was going to curve this way, but you're going up and there's no guardrails. Thomas, it's like you're driving into the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's easy to kind of complain from the
Yes,
seat.
it is. So I returned the favor that night on Skyline Drive. So flying to Missoula, okay, that would make sense. All the Koala Bear says all the peaks and views were majestic, so all those are favorites. We're glad you enjoyed all those. I'm actually going up. My dad has a place in Cary. Okay, I lost it. Okay.
So Pete does say flying to Missoula.
Okay.
And Paulette, we are hoping to get out there within 2 years once hubby retires, so we can go anytime. We'll take out a little research.
Yeah, I think the names of some other channels too that really cover those parks in depth. I know I gave them to somebody. I do believe it was you. Check those out, and of course ours. But there's some that are just really knowledgeable in those parks, and they helped us a lot. So Pete says,
Hold on. So just something else too. So whenever you plan on going, I did my research too. I got on Google Maps, and I made this little thing here because you have no internet when you're out there. And I actually put
well, in a lot of places.
Well, you're in the national park.
Yeah.
So I want to put in here like all the places that I wanted to stop and see in Yellowstone and the Tetons. So that way you know what you're stopping and looking at. So I'm just saying, do your research, figure out which stops you want to make. Yeah, that helped a lot. Don't you think?
Oh yeah, it did.
Because I didn't want to miss.
We didn't see everything in Yellowstone. We would have needed a couple more days to have done that.
But I was like, I want to hit the highlights.
Yeah. So flying to Missoula.
Okay, and then.
Okay, he actually says, okay, he made another comment. I was wanting to ask him a question.
Well, we're going down.
Okay, maybe.
Yes, it was awesome.
Love the video with Sean's and her brother. It was heartfelt. Yes, it was. That great guy. The story of how they met in 2005 was a God thing, and it's
most definitely.
I mean, she's just sitting at work and just something nudges her to look her dad's name up on Google. She hadn't have done that.
Yeah.
And he had just made the ad looking for it. You can't. Anybody doesn't believe in God, you can't explain stuff like that. You can't. I mean, what would make her do that? But going to the sun. Yeah, that's the comment. Going to the sun either direction is unreal. Yeah, you would think it'd be the same scenery, but why did he tell us to go west to east? Did he tell us right, or you seem to be saying it's just as good either way? I just wonder why he.
And
he
it could be
said
that was the direction he was heading first time, and it just like wowed him so much that he was saying that. Could have been.
Could be.
Let's see.
Love your videos. Thank you so much for that.
Here I go.
Yeah, you just like one little thing.
Hold on. Sorry, guys. Wow. We might need to talk a little faster because we're like so behind.
Yes, we are big time.
All right, so okay, right here. I will tell you another place that ain't playing around northern Idaho, and yes, it's breathtaking. It was raining way across the state line.
Okay.
And Paulette says, okay, so
You go to Dodge City, but thought you drove, then flew. Now, we actually flew into Wichita and then started from there. It's only 150 some miles to Dodge City from there. So we left Wichita that Friday morning, spent Friday night in Dodge, and then the rest of the time we was on the road until we flew home from Denver.
He says he flies into Bozeman.
Bozeman, okay. All right. I'm gonna have to get out of the road atlas and just look at all those. Riley Finley, how are y'all doing? Good. Hope you're doing well.
Yep.
Sharon says, "Oh, Dodge City was. It really is.
Yeah.
Just so much Western history there. You know, if you watch Gunsmoke, which is supposed to be set in Dodge City, you look at the landscape on Gunsmoke. It obviously was not filmed in Dodge City. You saw Dodge City's landscape, very, very flat.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love it.
So Cindy stopped in to say hello and give us a thumbs up. She's expecting company soon.
Okay. Well, I hope you enjoy your evening with your yes. Smiles a lot. Hi. I hope you enjoyed your trip out west. I hope to go out there one day. I hope you get to. I hope you do. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'd love it. If you ever do, and you go to any of the places we visited, we'd love to know what you think of it.
Yep.
So, JM Smoky Mountain fans, we really enjoyed y'all's videos. Thank you so much. CLB Joystick. I look forward to being back in Georgia, watching from LJ, okay, North Georgia.
Okay.
Pete, we got Soco Gap repped here. Last time we were at Soco Gap, it was what, about 15 degrees? And that's when they had about a foot of snow and I crashed the drone.
So flying into Jackson Hole to me was amazing. I will never forget praying for the man that lost his life at the truck rally.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
I'm gonna pause and say something about that. Let me talk about the first part first. I was very surprised. I knew Jackson had an airport. I thought it would be in Jackson. I did not know you could put an airport in the national park. That was kind of weird to see a jet plane landing. But I'll bet you that's probably the most scenic landing in the country. I can't imagine one any better than that. We do need to pray for the man that lost. And I just want to say something here. We don't normally get very political on here, but it's our channel. We can say what we believe. A lot of people are saying that, pointing out the fact that if Trump had not turned his head when he did, he probably wouldn't be here. And that's true. And they're saying that, God miraculously watched over. And I believe that. But at the same time, I think when we say that, we need to remember that there is a man who did lose his life. And from what I understand, he basically threw his wife and children to the ground and laid on top of them to shield them. And we can't forget that there was a casualty that's just as important as anybody else. And thank you for bringing that to our attention. Kind of a little hard to talk about because it shows what's happening in the country, you know. And just remember this: a lot of times the people that talk the most about tolerance practice it the least.
That's right.
I'm just going to leave that right there, because I can't imagine someone with our beliefs. I can't imagine wishing that on even a political somebody I don't agree with politically. Some of the comments I've seen this week where people are saying that they're sorry that the guy missed. He didn't miss. He took a life and put 2 other people in the hospital. Mm-hmm. And just, one person, and I'm talking about political figures, saying take shooting lessons so you don't miss next time. That's an evil beyond. I can't imagine feeling that way about anybody, even if it's somebody I don't care for politically. I cannot imagine wanting them to undergo something like that. That gal last night was bad. I assume you're talking about the national anthem.
Kathy says hello.
Good evening, Derek and Sean. Say good evening, Kathy. Lake Aikens, watching from Dahlonega, Georgia. We love you guys. We love your town.
Yes.
We have been there twice for the Black Friday tree lighting, and we love it. Love going to the Smith House. Love walking around. It's a Hallmark town. A couple Christmas movies have been made there. Dahlonega is a beautiful, beautiful place. Amy Thomas, can you please share what your video mounting device is? We have had no luck at all with the ones we've purchased.
I'm going to look it up on Amazon.
Where's it at? I can grab it and show it.
It's in there on the, isn't it on the chair, I believe, in there? Oh, no, look on that chair. I'm still kind of unpacking and stuff like that. Is that it? So we have one that you attach to the windshield for our cell phone.
I'm bringing it too.
So,
so this is the one. hold on. How do I need to orient that?
So this would be the one that you would do.
For your phone.
This goes on the windshield. This will be for your phone. And it's pretty good. You can move it up and down, extend it out. Blah,
Okay,
blah, blah.
does this not raise up?
There you go.
All right.
And then this one, both of these are on Amazon.
So this is a Ulanzi, and it basically mounts to the dash. And if your dash is too textured, it won't work. But if it's kind of smooth with a little bit of texture, you just press this right here, and it creates a suction.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's got a suction thing here on the bottom. See the little hole here. So yeah, the vehicle that we had rented had some texture to it,
But it worked.
but it still worked. And this here, when I bought this thing, I was trying to do it to the windshield. He was able to figure it out. But yeah, you can move it around. It's a Ulanzi, and this helps here.
SC-02.
It's normally $45. I actually got it on a lightning deal for like $35. And with Amazon Prime Days going on, I'd go check this out. But this is super, super sturdy. And I think it's got a GoPro attachment. We don't have a GoPro.
I think, was it the vehicle we rented for Pennsylvania that it would not suction to that one?
Yeah.
There was one we had no luck. It would not suction.
Yeah.
But it did on the expedition that we rented, and it does on our vehicles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's very good because it is so sturdy.
Yeah.
Very sturdy.
So Brian Penland, this is Brian in North Georgia. I was afraid y'all would come back with a new favorite. No, we've come back with some beautiful national parks, but Great Smoky Mountains. That's home. That's gonna be it.
I will say that used to be Arizona was my favorite out west state, but Wyoming is just like possibly could be it.
Koala Bear, Shaughnessy driving the Skyline was impeccable. Yeah, it was also nerve-wracking. I mean, yeah.
We're alive and home.
We are. CLB Joystick. I have the salsa you were looking for from the restaurant. You may see you actually can order it from them.
I have the salt. Okay, what do you mean by that? And how do we get it?
Somebody said they were going to contact him and ask. It might have been him.
Okay, please let us know.
I like. Is it as good as? Well, you didn't try it that night, but let me ask you this: Is it really good? If you can order that, I would like to. I hope if you did order it from them that you told them where you found out about it from. I'm not sure if they're even aware that we did a review. We should probably do something to tag them in it. That was a very surprisingly good restaurant, just all around. Pete says the Beartooth Highway in Montana, Wyoming is a must. I've been told that.
Yeah.
We just, since we were coming back into Denver to visit family, we just were kind of on a schedule.
We were so rushed.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I had my list to make sure I saw everything that I wanted to see. And actually, I did it through Google Maps. So as you can see on here, it's got all the little places. I actually tried to do directions like turn here for such and such, turn here. It didn't work. I had too much stuff. But we just didn't have time for a lot of other stuff. But yeah, if we ever have time, we'll definitely do that.
So Linda says seeing the tabernacle was, yes, that was in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Yes, that was really nice.
Yeah.
Lake Aikens, we met a former Angels pitcher at Jay Arthur's in June.
Oh,
Cool guy.
No.
Who was it? I would just about bet I would know who it was, if I knew the name. But I'm wondering, does he live in the area or is he just there? Mega Bay, that was a nice trip you guys went. It was.
Very nice.
Angela Ambrose, hello from Harry and Angela in hot South Georgia. Yes. Was the temperature cold the whole trip? No. We loved all the videos on your vacation, definitely on our future trip. Dodge City was about 100. I think it hit 100 that day.
It was hot.
Like from Denver, areas like that were pretty hot. But once we got up into northwestern Wyoming, we spent 2 nights there. And it dropped to like 39 or 40. I know for a fact in West Yellowstone, Montana, the night we spent there, I got up that morning, it was 37 degrees.
It was cold.
Yeah.
If you watched our
highs of about 60, 63 maybe.
Our Sundance Motel in Pinedale, Wyoming review, they don't even have air conditioning units.
They don't need it
in their rooms. So
we actually, that first night going up, we started to find out we actually got cold that night in the room. Got cold.
They had baseboard heat that I found the next morning. Let's see.
Then got back into Denver and it was 90 degrees probably.
Yeah.
So
I really enjoyed watching all the little chipmunks running around and playing in the national park. Yeah, there was a bunch of little chipmunks.
Yeah, we weren't sure. To me, that's a chipmunk. It's a little rodent with stripes down its back. But then she said, well, out here they call them ground squirrels. That's what she's telling me. So I looked up the difference, and about the only difference anybody could give was one of them has stripes that run from the back all the way up to the head, and the other one stop before they gets to the head.
Oh, I thought it was the tail may have been a little longer out there.
That's not what I read. I mean, somebody
Well, that would have been my opinion just looking at them.
Yeah, but I mean, that could have just been a variety of different variety of chipmunk. But then we saw marmot. That's a little bit bigger animal, more like a groundhog, I guess. But I really enjoy watching all the little, Hello from Wilmington. How did you decide what was best to see out west on your trip? Watching other videos.
Watching other videos. And like I said, too, I always ask him, what's the route we're taking? So you can go on Google and on the road and stuff like that. You can click on the little camera thing and it shows you, like I said, like Glacier View parking. I could see what that actually, the view of Glacier looked like from there. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, I want to stop there. I want to get that picture. And
it also varies. The things we did in Colorado, we've done before. If you watched my Canyon City, Colorado video, talk about how my dad actually lived out there, took me out there. Some of those were places we've been before. The Royal Gorge, Pikes Peak, we've done all that. We've never done videos there since we've been doing YouTube. So we wanted to go back to those places. But as far as the new things, watching videos, seeing the two barns in the Tetons with the mountains as the backdrop, that's just, you Google Grand Tetons, you're going to see pictures come up of those barns. That was a given. Let's see.
Can't remember his name. Said he was a middle reliever in the 70s.
And that's probably about the 70s, 80s is the time I would remember the name. If he'd pitched there in the last 10 years, I probably wouldn't. But was you at the J. Arthur's in Maggie Valley? I think he's asking them. That's the one we always go to.
Our favorite was Shaughnessy meeting her brother.
Oh, yeah.
Very touching. Yeah. Yes, it was.
That was just a totally. I asked him that morning if he would be willing to sit down and do it. And he told me later, he says, I'm glad you asked me in person instead of messaging me, because he says, I've been nervous about it all day. I said, well, I figured it would be harder for you to turn me down if I asked you in person than it would be through a message. So I knew what I was doing there. But I just appreciate him. Just we weren't expecting the continued emotion that he was feeling. We did not know that he was still, dealing with that. And it was just very heartfelt and very, very real. So, that was just a wonderful, wonderful thing. I'm glad y'all found each other.
Yeah, me too. Mike's Roadside.
Hey, y'all. Hey, Mike. Hare's Last Resort Adventures. Hey, y'all. Glad y'all had an awesome trip and made it home safe. We've been enjoying your videos. Thanks for saying thank you. And I hope your dad's doing better, by the way. We continue to pray for him as we told you we would. But I hope everything's well there. Paulette says, would weather be nice still out in Rocky Mountains? Also areas in late August. Yeah, I think so. Now, it can snow in the Rocky Mountain National Park any month. In fact, July 5th, it was snowing on Pikes Peak.
Yeah.
We were there, what was it, the 30th of June, maybe? No, the 29th.
Okay.
The 29th, I think, or 30th. It snowed up there on the 5th of July. So, but yeah, I think you should be okay in those times. Probably September to October is probably when the snow starts back. I'm just going to guess. Ronald Harden, hey, y'all from Kentucky. Why is he barking?
I don't know.
I may have to hold him just to make him be quiet. Pete says, yes, Paulette. Okay, that's to answer to a question. Is there a place to order the Cades Cove book? Ronald, which book are you referring to? There are several Cades Cove books that are available in the visitor centers in the national park. If you're talking about the one that Mr. Ledbetter gave us, that one is out of print, unfortunately, because we asked him that. Several people wanted it, but there are numerous books on Cades Cove. Let's see, Paulette says, curious about when snow comes out there, especially with the higher elevation. Well, it can snow anytime, but I think your bigger snows that are going to hinder traffic would be getting towards the fall. You should be okay in those months. Let's see. Zach's Adventure. Hey, everyone. Hey, good evening, Zach. Paula, actually perfect those 2 months. Linda Wiley, the big whale. God bless you both, and God bless America. May God bless Donald Trump. So you enjoyed the whale as your top one. That's good. That's I I'm glad to hear somebody say that, actually, because that was just kind of like the beginning video to the week. So I actually started the other day watching a documentary on that tornado that hit Greensburg in 2005. And I haven't watched it all yet because it's like an hour long. But listen to some of the people recount. They went underground because out there it's pretty standard to have an underground shelter. And when they came up, there were no walls left on the sides of there. It was just everything was gone.
Can't imagine.
Yeah. So I actually started watching that documentary. You can look up a lot of stuff on YouTube about that tornado. It was 2 miles wide. It wasn't really skinny. It was 2 miles wide. Devastating. Paul, let the high snow in Montana and Idaho start late September. That's about what I was thinking. My husband wants to take me on the $1 Million Highway in Colorado. I said, no way. I tell you, though.
What's the $1 Million Highway?
Very scenic. If you ever get a chance to go out there and see the scenery, I'd do it. I would do it. Tony Lashman, Chauncey did a great job traversing those narrow roads. All right, now let's go ahead and set something straight. No. I drove up Pikes Peak. Okay. I did give it to her because she said I've never driven Pikes Peak for the last mile, but I drove the other 18. So, so any great job traversing those roads was me. Skyline Drive, she did drive that one, so we'll give her props there. But you are not getting credit for Pikes Peak. So, Felicia, good evening, Derek and Chauncey. Good evening, Felicia. Love the videos. Thank you for sharing the beauty of the West with us. I agree. The Grand Tetons looked amazing. Have a blessed evening. Keep promoting Jesus. Thank you. You have a blessed evening as well. Thank you for stopping in tonight. Brenda, my neighbors are out traveling out west, going to different states, and I bet you they're going to love it.
Yeah.
There's not really an ugly western state that I've ever been to.
No, there's not.
I enjoy all of them. Tammy Ballard, hey, Shaughnessy and Derek, I enjoyed the video of you and your brother connecting. Yes, I was adopted as well. Would love to get together with you the next time you guys come down to Cherry Grove. Okay. We'll probably be down there before the year's out. So that would be great, Tammy.
Yeah.
Pete says, do you, I think. Mike, hey, Derek and Chauncey. Good evening, Mike. LT's place, you may not make it down this far, but I'm a dude and my name is Lynn. I think you said she earlier. Or her.
Oh, did I?
I think so.
I'm sorry.
Ronald says, like your videos. Huh?
Oh, why is barking?
He does this every live stream. Maybe you have to go pick him up or something.
Well, I just did and brought him in here.
It's like the dogs. We could be sweeping the floor in here and they wouldn't, but they sense that we're on the computer and it's not a good time to bark, so he does.
Mount Airy, North Carolina. Is that where you're from, Dwight?
Yeah, we did Mayberry Days last year. We've been to Mount Airy. We got 2 videos there. We did Mayberry Days last year, planning it again this year.
So excited.
Yeah. Missoula is close to Glacier. While there, check out Flathead Lake. Okay.
Sharon says, can't wait for you to get back to the Smokies and do some camping.
Yeah. We are going to be in Gatlinburg, not too far in the future, but I do want to get another camping trip or two in before Kate's Cove camping trip.
Yeah.
Hello from Monroe, North Carolina. I love watching your videos. Well, thank you for watching. Down east of Charlotte, Monroe is one of our favorite towns, going to Myrtle Beach. Because Kenneth, while I got you on here, what is the secret to getting through Monroe without a huge traffic jam? I don't think any time of the day we've ever accomplished that, no matter what time we go through it. But thank you for watching from the road. Koala, that man was a firefighter. Yes, he was. That's true. Like I say, just knowing that he threw his wife to the ground. I don't know if you read the story that his daughter wrote after his death. I shared it on my personal Facebook. Yeah. That's just very, very tragic. Very tragic. She sings Wishful Think. Not sure what.
Wishful Thinking by the girl that sang the national anthem.
Okay. Where are you seeing that at? Right here. Oh, yeah. Okay. I got you. Yeah. I didn't even know about it. I woke up this morning and talking about how said this was the worst national anthem since somebody named Fergie or Fergus or whatever it is. So I listened to it. Yeah, it was tough.
I'll have to listen to that.
You haven't missed much.
I'm curious now.
Amen. What I wish people would do with their national anthem is just sing it the way it's supposed to be sung instead of just trying to add their own little
show off your voice.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff.
Same with Christmas music. People that redoes Christmas songs been out for years. Just sing them the way we're glad to, and we'll admire your voice. Not your new take on it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. Karen Trammell, amen. Derek, that will preach. Thank you. Sharon Spy, amen. Wish no harm to anyone. Pray for the ones that have evil in their heart. Do not let's say absolutely. Absolutely. Dwight Braswell, hello from Mount Airy. Also
Okay.
Mayberry. Yes.
Yep.
We love Mayberry.
Yep.
Thank you for showing me the mount. You're very welcome. You might want to look at that one and hope it works out for you. Julie Ann, hello from Northeast Georgia. Hello. Mike says, hey, Derek and Chauncey, I enjoy all your videos, but I'm not sure which was worse. You guys bickering on Pikes Peak roads or me watching while my wife was squealing yelling at the TV. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. Especially the Skyline Drive one. We discussed, and listen, if you see it in the video, we're both okay with it. So, and you're not doing it, but we get people one time that criticize the back and forth. If it's in the video, we've already discussed it and decided it was best to leave it in there.
Yeah, because there are times he'll be like.
Because I asked her at one point, I said, "Are we going to leave this in, or are we going to cover it
You'll
up?"
hear
with
that
music?
actually in the video.
Oh, was that part? Did I leave that?
You left that in there because we were watching it with your dad.
And she actually said, "I think people are going to love it."
People get a kick out of it.
And honestly, once we got down it, we were fine. It was just kind of like
tension was high.
She had been riding me really tough going up Pikes Peak. Because I would say out there is rocky, but you look at the road, it's just like, well, you don't know what's what either.
And let me say this too. We had gotten up early that morning from Kansas, had driven all that way, went to Pikes Peak first, had not eaten anything but the 2 donuts that we got up there. Then we did Royal Gorge, soaking wet, and then Canyon City.
You had a raincoat. I didn't have a raincoat.
So we were hungry and we were tired.
Very irritable. So Mike says, "Or me watching it while my wife was squealing, yelling at the TV." Was she watching the same thing? Was she doing that at the roads?
You would have thought she was watching a Halloween thriller.
Yeah. But those conversations were really happening that way. They were not for the camera. We just were debating whether we were going to leave them in, but that's how we are, folks. I've had my driving criticized for years, and so have you.
I was going to say, same.
No, but I am not the one. I have to keep bringing this up. I'm not the one on the way to Pennsylvania that kept getting the alert, consider pulling over for a break, and a coffee cup appearing on the screen. I never got that one time. But you got it within like 5 minutes of taking over. But Wyoming is on another level of scenery. Yeah,
that is
it is. I want to get into Washington someday. I'd like to see Seattle and Mount Rainier. I would like to go there. Edward says, hello from Valley, Alabama. Good evening. Case says, hi, Derek and Chauncey. How are you both doing? We're doing well.
Good.
Thank you for asking. Julie Ann, we went last Thursday and tried BJ's in Cherokee.
Ooh.
How'd you like it? Really genuinely want to know because we have raved about that place. So, okay.
So here I go again.
Yeah. See, it's easy to do, isn't it?
It's
right there.
Okay, yeah, here we go. All right, here.
Oh,
I'm getting rain here in Monroe.
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
Glad y'all are
Lord.
getting some too. These two are going to keep on talking. I'm going to buy a ticket out west. Hey, you won't regret it. It's just amazing.
And if you go, take lots of pictures and tell us about it.
Hello from Clarksville, Georgia. Yeah, those chipmunks were fine. I couldn't believe how close that one. I thought he was going to jump in my hand. I held my hand down. Apparently he gets fed a lot. And we did not feed the wildlife. We don't. But I think he thought I was going to. I don't honestly know what it would hurt to feed a chipmunk. I mean, it's not like they're going to attack the next person that don't have food. A bear,
No,
yeah.
they're just going to get dependent.
You're not supposed to do it, and I can't tell people to do that. So, favorite and least favorite meal while y'all were out west? Wow. I still, for my favorite, I got to go with that Mexican restaurant in Canyon City. But I would also put the Perry Steakhouse up there. Ed and Charlotte actually took us out there, and I didn't get steak. He told me to try the pork chop. They got a pork chop. It's, I think, 4 inches thick. And that was the lunch portion. That thing was amazing, too. My least favorite meal, that one's easy. The Three Bear Restaurant in West Yellowstone, Montana.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not putting the restaurant down. Just would not get that bison burger again. It was like eating a rug.
Yeah.
Just no. You go ahead and answer that question too. Your favorite and least favorite.
My favorite.
I think that's probably the only bad meal we had.
Yeah, I didn't really care for that one. I'm trying to remember everywhere we had eaten. Mine may have been Casey's Cow Town there, and
least favorite.
no favorite.
Oh, okay.
Or the Mexican. Probably the Mexican.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So Pete says I'm jonesing. What does that mean? I tried looking it up on Facebook to see. I thought, well, is that someone who has a Facebook page? But that's not the same name on there.
We're kind of out of the loop, I guess. Tony Lashman, favorite. Okay, I just read that. Did you say what your? Oh, you did say your favorite. What was your least favorite?
The bison burger there. Yeah.
My least favorite was the bison. Yeah,
Yes,
and I've had bison burger before, and I actually like them, but just this one was just. I don't want to say anything against the restaurant because I mean, very nice restaurant. Somewhere you'd want to eat if you're in the area, but a lot of people say they have a great breakfast. I would definitely try it again, but I just would not get that again. Darlene Walker, hi guys. My daughter traveled out west and she ziplined Royal Gorge. She's braver than either one of us. Love your videos. I would not zip line it, and I would not do the sky coaster where it throws you out over the gorge. I mean, that's if you're into thrill stuff, the Royal Gorge would be the place to get it. The little incline that we took down into it back in 2006 got destroyed. We didn't know there'd been a fire. The lady was telling. I asked her, I said, "Where's the incline?"
Yeah.
And she said it was destroyed. Was going to take $9 million to rebuild it. And let's see, are we current? You may scroll back up.
Oh, I didn't even know I had scrolled down.
You didn't go too far. Thank you, Pete McGaha. Pete, go Paulette, go see it all. Julie and I enjoyed y'all's videos. Thank you so much. All y'all's videos. Spaceman Dudley, hi y'all. Where's the best place to see him, Beaufort or Emerald Isle? And I'm sorry to say we don't know because we have not really visited or stayed in those areas. Are you talking about Beaufort, South Carolina or North Carolina?
But if somebody on here knows,
yes, if somebody knows, please give them some. I mean, we'd tell you if we knew. We just, when we go to the North Myrtle Beach, we stay on family property, so we don't really ever stay at a motel there or in that area. Koala, good night. Pray for peace. Absolutely. Yes. Good night. You have a good evening. Mike Fordham, turn the wipers off and he will be quiet. Well, we ain't got him on in here. He does do that too. One, to no guardrails, and it's very curvy, and he is from there and loves driving up. Well, you know what? If he is experienced at it, and if he's a good driver, see it. You know, that's what I would say, because you won't regret it. I mean, unless, you know, he's not careful. But if he is, you won't regret it. CLB joystick. We called the ground squirrels
prairie squirrels.
It's prairie squirrels.
Well,
when I lived near Cripple Creek in Colorado. Now, that's Cripple Creek. If you're going 50 from Pueblo, Canyon City, you turn and go up. I think it's like over 9,000 feet up.
Oh, wow.
Cripple Creek. There's like a mining town, if I'm not mistaken. I think my dad went up there when he lived out there. LT's place, Shaughnessy, it's all good. Yes, that is a guy.
Sorry.
All right. So, yeah. LT's place. Mike's Roadside Attractions and more. I'm planning to do Mayberry in Mount Airy this year.
We're going. It's the last weekend in September when they have Mayberry days. We're going. I told him, I said, I want to go. I want to see all the characters again. So yeah, looking forward to it.
I'm a fellow North Carolinian. This is Carolyn Leonard. Never saw the West, but loved your videos from there. God bless. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed them. God bless you as well. Jeff, Mount Airy is fantastic. It really is. It's probably my favorite small town.
Yeah.
Well, Mount Airy or Waynesville would be my two favorite small towns in the state. I like them both. What?
Dancy, travel through Monroe at 3:30 a.m. is the only time to avoid traffic.
Maybe that's what we ought to do. I have never been successful going through Monroe. Red Rocks is a great place to see show. Next trip out west. Her brother, the last time we were out there in 2006, the half brother that was in the video with her, took us to Red Rocks. We didn't go there this time. We were just honestly worn out by the time we got back to Denver, and we just kind of did a couple little things with them around the house, going and eating. We did go watch fireworks that night, but David Blevins, the girl singer, was drunk. That's what I heard too. She's admitted this and is checking herself into a rehab. I hope she gets help. I hope she most of all turns to the Lord. That's where her real help's going to come from. But Doug and Dana from Sanford enjoyed the whole trip with y'all. Thank you. Beautiful country and views. The grizzly was awesome. Yeah, I'm going to throw a question out there on that. Somebody who really knows. Yellowstone is next on our list. I was hoping to see a grizzly. I've been looking at that clip a lot when I was doing the edit for the video. I haven't actually watched the video yet. I'm not sure if that was a grizzly. I want to say it was because I want to be able to say I've seen a grizzly in the wild. It was the right color, but a grizzly has a very distinct shoulder hump, and I did not see it in this bear. Now, one time when he kind of propped himself up, he did, but when he was just walking, usually a grizzly. So I got to looking, and somebody told us, or I found it somewhere, they said that sometimes a black bear is a cinnamon color, and they call it a cinnamon bear. I really want to keep thinking I saw a grizzly.
Yeah, because I was so excited. Oh,
yeah.
A grizzly bear.
So I'm going to call it a grizzly until I know it wasn't, but I've never seen one that he had like a dark face and then a light body.
Yeah.
But yeah, we saw both of those bears. The first one was obviously a black bear. We saw them both within 10 minutes of each other.
Yeah.
And then that was it. We saw bison. I was hoping to see a bison. We saw more bison than I could ever.
Yeah, and thankfully they weren't in the road because that was something that we had heard about bison jams. Them walking on the road.
A bison will, in Yellowstone especially, will get in the road and just take his time, not move or walk up the road in the lane. And we did not encounter that. All the ones we saw were in fields.
Just elk in the Rocky Mountains. They were blocking traffic.
Yeah, but not for long.
Not bad, yeah.
I did love it because it reminds me of my hubby when he was driving the mountains and he gets close to the edge. Yeah, I didn't want to be close to the edge.
Hanging on for dear life.
Yeah. Yeah, I would rather not be close to the edge.
Yeah.
That's true, Mike. If we had run off the road, you wouldn't have ever seen the video.
Yeah.
So that is true. So that's always a sign we made it back.
Yep.
Tommy Tharp, good evening from Culpeper, Virginia. Been a long time since I've been, to Culpeper, got the hiccups. Culpeper, Virginia, it's been a long time. Julie Ann, we only like are you sure that's the?
Yeah.
Well, I can't. Okay.
We only like the burgers there. And Derek, tea wasn't sweet and didn't really like the onion rings. Oh, I'm sorry.
Now the onion rings, that's a little surprising because I don't eat onion rings. I don't like onion rings. But I did make the comment. I think that if there was an onion ring I could eat, it's this one for the main reason they're so crispy. I don't know if yours weren't crispy or what, but I'm glad you did enjoy the burger. As far as the tea, I don't remember if we even got a drink or if we had water.
Did we not get a drink?
I sure wouldn't have. I would have remembered if the tea was unsweetened. So I'm guessing I did not get tea because I don't do unsweetened tea at all. Sharon Spivey, so happy you both are home safe and continue to provide us with your travels and restaurant reviews. Thank you once again. You're very welcome, Sharon. Pete McGaha, I got some good Chinese in Cody, Wyoming at a hole in the wall. It was across the street from Wild Bill Cody Museum. There was a little Chinese restaurant in that Pinedale.
Yeah, and
I don't know. It just Chinese wasn't hitting me.
The lady said that they had really good food.
And they probably do.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're kind of a little bit weird. When we go somewhere, I want to try to eat something that makes me feel like I'm in that area. Like when we go to the beach, I eat a lot of seafood. Out there, I wanted something beef. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure it was good.
Say hello to your friend.
You need to behave. All right. Frankenstein addict. Go to Mount Airy all the time from Knoxville. Worth every bit of the 4-hour trip. Yeah, we love Mount Airy.
Yeah.
Jonesing is another word for craving. Okay, well, we learned something today.
Huh.
We're old. And we don't know a lot of the. Okay, I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Jeff Bryant went to Mayberry Days 2001. About time for another trip.
Yeah.
Our first one was last year. We've talked about it for 25 years. And they finally did it.
Yeah.
I could never drive those high mountain roads. It gives me anxiety just watching videos on driving them, especially the $1 Million Highway in Colorado. I looked at a video on that. Yikes. I'm going to have to check out a video on that.
Yeah.
Kim says, our power went out. Going to turn the phone off to save power.
Oh, well, have a good night.
Yeah. Julie says that grizzlies, I believe, have a hump. And I think you're right on that. So either we saw a humpless grizzly or a cinnamon bear. Mm-hmm. I'm still going with grizzly, but yeah, that is the thing that concerned me too. Tony says, Spaceman Dudley, when we go to Emerald Isle, the family brings the Diamond Girl Sandcastle rental through Blue Water. Okay, thank you for helping him there, Tony, because I regretted I didn't have anything to suggest there. Paulette says, your 2 dogs are so good on road trips. They're so cute. Yeah, they are. I wish they would do good on live streams. Matt Smith says, we went to Grandfather. Awesome. It's just right up the road from us.
Oh, yeah.
Adam McKinney. Hello, everyone. Good evening, Adam. Smoky Mountain, man. I'm glad you're still hanging around. I was really laughing at how you were discussing while Shaughnessy was driving that ridge road. You were really brave to drive that, Shaughnessy. What about me? I was brave to ride with her when she was driving.
I tell you, though, when I was driving a great big old expedition, I was watching the left side of the road, making sure I was close to that because the edge was on the right side, that I was close to that and not falling off the side.
Sorry, Grandfather Mountain, don't recommend the grill. I don't think we didn't try the grill when we were there.
No.
Your Yorkie is beautiful. What's his or her name? It is a he.
It's Rovier.
And you need to go ahead and explain why he
Rovier.
has such a strange name that I did not give him.
So when we first got him, I said about naming him Rover. And Derek's like, you don't name a Yorkie Rover. So I said, what about Rovier?
She made it
It's French for
French
Rover.
version of Rover, because I wouldn't let her name him Rover. He was, we got him in July of 2009. He is 15 years old.
His first night with us, he went camping.
He did. And he has been a bundle of adventure ever since.
Yes.
He's a little grouchy, though. He's a little grouchy. He's going
give kisses
to be on his
now.
best behavior.
Yes.
Because he's on camera. And
There
we go. Here we go.
But he's going to give kisses.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So, Mildred Grill. Oh, go back up to Melody.
Yeah, I was going to say, I this is going by itself.
Glad you both are home safe. Really enjoyed the video of you meeting up with your brother and seeing the cake shop. So glad his business is running after all he went through. Absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was a surprise for us to get to go there because for some reason I had followed that for years, but I thought he was down in Colorado Springs, which is over an hour away. And your half brother's mom and stepfather says, no, we know him. He's just right down the road. So would you like to go? I said, absolutely.
Yeah.
So got to meet him, talk to him, signed his book for us. It was just, and he's got really, really good stuff too.
Yeah, he does.
That lemon cake was outstanding. Hey guys, I made it. Good evening, Sharon.
Hey,
Thank
Sharon.
you. Shane Grossman. I just rode on the $1 Million Highway a week after y'all was at Yellowstone. Wow.
Oh, nice.
So that's about 4 comments tonight on that $1 Million Highway.
We're gonna go check
so
it
I think
out
we
tonight.
need to, yes.
After our live stream, we're going to go to YouTube and watch a video.
Yeah. I've been to Mount Airy over 40 times since 2020.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
Shane Grossman rode the Skyline Drive in Canyon. Did you just do that this past week when you was out there? And was that your first time? I'm curious about that because, like I say, my dad graduated Canyon City High School, played baseball for the Canyon City Tigers. When he took me out there at 12 years old, he would not take us across the Skyline. He kept saying, I will if you want to, but he scared us enough. I was 12 years old. He scared us enough to where we didn't want to.
Yeah.
And then after a few years, I realized what he had done. So I said, when we go back, I'm going to do it. And
We've done it every time since.
Yes.
Shell says, welcome back to good old Granite Falls.
Yeah, welcome back to good old Granite Falls. I have a brother who lives in Sparta, okay, Allegheny County. Have you tried Old Rock Cafe in Chimney Rock? We have not. We need to get back to Chimney Rock.
We do.
We did. We went years ago, but we weren't YouTubing.
Right, yeah.
Thanks. Tony, last month, only planned about 3 days there. Yeah, I'm glad Tony was able to give you something there because we've never stayed there. Sorry, got to go. Our power is out. Got to go to save power on my phone. All right, y'all have a good evening.
Yep. Your dogs are so cute.
Yes, thank you. Paulette Brochette, we went to Siesta Key for the first time in April and loved it. Your videos helped so much. We also went to Anna Maria Island and loved it. Stayed up near Bean Point. Always loved your vlogs off to Gatlinburg. Now, Paulette, did you also stay in Siesta Key or did you just drive down there from Anna Maria? If you stayed there too, I'd like to know where you stayed and what you thought of it. We've only stayed in one place on Anna Maria, and it wasn't up at Bean Point. It was kind of about maybe towards the south end, toward the Tortuga.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it.
Love it.
Love Anna Maria Island. Love Siesta Key. Anna Maria is much more laid back. Siesta Key is more, what's the word? Festive, I guess. Is that the right word?
Depends on what you mean by festive.
Well, I don't want to say nightlife and party atmosphere because I don't really go in for that, but there's probably more to do on Siesta Key as far as
I'll say
goes.
For Siesta Key, if
it's
you
louder,
like
let's just
live bands, you know, as you're walking the street, they've got plenty. I don't care for that, you know, but.
Have you guys been to Helen, Georgia? Yes, we have video there from two trips. Last Thanksgiving, last Black Friday, we were in Helen, Christmas lights. We walked around the town, so check that out. I don't remember what it's titled, but if you go back to last November, you will see our video from Helen and Dahlonega. I would recommend, if you haven't been, Anna Ruby Falls is beautiful. You can see the town of Helen in an hour or two, honestly.
Well, it depends on how many shops you go in, you know.
Yeah,
just as far.
It's a very, very miniature version of Gatlinburg with a Bavarian twist, basically.
Yeah.
But beautiful at Christmas. Honestly, they decorate for Christmas. One of the best towns I've ever seen.
Very nice.
But yes, we have been there. We have a video from Anna Ruby from 2 years ago, I think 3 years ago, something like that.
So let's see, right here. My internet's been sketchy. It's been so hot here. Triple digits 2 weeks straight.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Sorry, Shane.
I don't know if we've hit triple digits yet.
Shane says, yes, my first time on the Skyline Drive. Loved it. I've never been further west than Memphis until last week. The San Juan Mountains are majestic.
Now, I'm just curious, Shane. Did our video have anything to do with you wanting to go on the Skyline Drive, or was that something you already was going to do? Because I tell you, if I watched our own video and was thinking, I'd be like, I don't know if I want to do that or not. But it's neat to say you've done it. By the way, Grapeville, Biscuitville, Lenore. I went yesterday. Just had to try the fried chicken biscuit today. Did you like that? I thought that was great, that fried chicken biscuit. That's the first Biscuitville we've ever been to. But that won't be the last time we go. I enjoyed it. I want to try some other things. Wildcat Country, Big Blue Nation. I love Anna Maria Island. I stayed at a 2-story house at a dead-end street over by Holmes Beach. Okay, yeah. It's not too far from where we stayed, actually. Love the name of your dog. Yes, it's different. Going to go hang out with my mom. I'll be watching for the next video you post. Well, that's going to be our flight home. I'm going to go ahead and make that public. It's already up. I'm going to go ahead and make it public probably after the live stream. Unless you enjoy watching flights, I wouldn't worry about it. But I do. I actually like watching flights. That's what people say, why are you posting your flights? Because I like watching them. So there's bound to be somebody else out there that
He'll
does
watch
too.
other people's flights.
I do. I do it all the time. But have a great night, Case. Paulette says, we stayed in Sarasota and spent a day on Siesta Key and then spent a week on AMI in a cottage rental near Bean Point. Love that part of the island. The previous year we stayed at Tortuga. Okay, so you have stayed at Tortuga.
Nice.
Yeah. We've never stayed anywhere else. I'm sure there's a lot of great places there. Christopher Sproles, we are heading to Carowinds this coming Monday. We are going to eat at Culver's after watching your review of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we enjoyed that Culver's. That's when I tried the fish sandwich. Really good. I think my go-to is the mushroom and Swiss, but that fish sandwich, if you don't want a hamburger, very, very good option.
Yeah, it is. We need to get back to Carowinds. It's been a while.
We do. It's been, well, that was it. That's the last time when we went to Culver's. We were up in Waynesville 2 weeks ago and stopped at around 10:30 in the morning to the Buttered Biscuit. It was great. I've heard the Buttered Biscuit's
we
good.
need to go there.
We ate there years ago when it was a chicken place, Granny's Chicken, I think, something like that. But we have not been since it's been the Buttered Biscuit. Paulette brochure, we found it much quieter up at Bean. It is, and it's very pretty. Walked everywhere and took the trolley all over the island. I like Bean Point because you can actually look and you can see the Sunshine Skyway Bridge in downtown St. Petersburg from there. And then that's looking across Tampa Bay, and then to your left, you look at the Gulf.
Yeah.
Really, really neat. Loved it. LOL.
Let's see. Philip says, this has nothing to do with your trip out west, but it's summertime, and I have to ask you about making homemade ice cream. Do you use those extracts, such as peach, in your homemade ice cream? Those
extracts we get at the Amish store, yes, we use those. In fact, our peach tree actually made peaches this year for the first time, about 15. Of course, that's a newer tree that I planted. So we actually made Cindy's peach enchiladas with that batch, but we had gotten some peaches. Where did we get peaches before?
Darnell Farms.
Darnell Farms, that's right. And we did make some peach ice cream with that extract. So yes, I love making homemade ice cream.
That's good. We used to make it a lot more when the boys were home.
Yeah.
Still living at
I
home.
think that Amish, we got some maybe blueberry extract.
Blueberry.
We make cotton candy
And-
ice cream. That was decent.
And butterscotch. That'd be good.
Yeah, we did get butterscotch, didn't
Yeah.
we? Julianne, yes, I loved watching your plane rides. Okay, well, we got another one coming up here in a little bit.
Wanda says she loves watching the plane rides.
All right.
Did y'all ever see the huge tree house that's on Holmes Beach Inn? It goes all the way around the tree with windows all the way around it as well.
That's weird you'd bring that up because I'm ashamed to say all the times we've been to Anna Maria Island, we did not even know about it. I saw it this week on the internet and they're removing it. Somebody, yeah, remember they said the next day they were going to tear it down.
That's right. Something about code or something.
Something like that. Yeah. There's code for everything anymore. We did not ever see it, and it doesn't look like we're ever going to get to. But I think that has been removed as of maybe yesterday.
And we're on Anna Maria Facebook pages, and you just think we would have seen it.
You would. I had never seen it until this week when somebody was talking about how they're going to miss it. Mm-hmm. You guys remember Granny's Chicken Place? Well, yep, sure do. Mm-hmm. We ate there. That's been years, but I do remember it. Jeff Bryant, I had mentioned in I think a December live stream that Bill at Barbershop in Mount Airy was thinking of closing it. Last I talked to him, he's going to keep it open for at least for you're talking about Lloyd's, I assume. Yeah, I hope that does stay open.
Yeah.
I love the fried chicken biscuit. Great. Glad to hear that. Paula says, don't start talking about Darnell Farms. I'm craving a watermelon drink with you and me both.
The blackberry. Oh, that'd be so good.
CL Joyce said, what about Amicaloa Falls outside Dahlonega? We've not been there. That would be something to do the next time we're in the area, though. Have heard of it, just have not done the falls. Oh, are we actually caught up?
I think so.
Wow. I didn't think we would be caught up. All right, folks. I think we are caught. Yeah. Did y'all go to Hidden Falls at Jenny Lake where you take the boat? We did not. That night or evening, it was getting late. And it probably about, the visitor centers and everything was starting to close. I think Jenny Lake Visitor Center is how we ended that video, and it was going to close within minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming like some of the boat rides were too. We did not get to do everything we'd like to do. Like I say, we had to squeeze a lot in 9 days. I would like to spread it out a little more next time, but we did get to see it.
Yeah, I told him next time we go, we're going to have more time to be able to explore and see and do different things because we were pretty rushed. I mean, thankful I got to see everything on the list.
Yeah. Shane Grossman. Actually, I already had plans to take my Jeep across Cinnamon Pass from Silverton. We decided to enter Colorado Springs and make our way across 750. Okay, good deal. Beautiful drive. So if you went across the 750, you would have gone across Monarch Pass. I've never been across Monarch Pass, but I remember my dad telling me that when he was about my age, or not my age now, but my age, like a teenager, this is when I was how old I was when he was telling me that. He said it scared him to death. So look how good Roviera is being. Yeah, he is right now.
I think he's getting a little tired, but he won't go to sleep.
Yes, Floyd's. Shane, I did see your video the night before going on Skyline Drive. Yes, you influenced my stop. Okay, nice. That's cool. I told her, I said, if I'm going to fly the drone anywhere, it's going to be on Skyline Drive. And that would make it worth all the other fear and fright that I endured on that trip. But yeah, it's a neat little drive. I think the inmates from the prison there actually built that.
Yeah, that's what I'd heard.
Ever done any haunted areas in North Carolina? No. That's, just be honest, that's not really our thing. We don't really do haunted things like that or anything like that. But let's see, I'm trying to think where would they even be in North Carolina? I don't know. I don't even know of any. If you go to I'm probably butchering that, Amicaloa Falls, drop down to Gibbs Gardens in Ball Ground, Georgia. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'm just trying to think on that haunted question where there would even be any. I know like St. Augustine's supposed to be, but I wasn't even aware North Carolina had anything like that. Research the Alpine Loop at Cinnamon Pass. Yes, I went Monarch Pass. Yes, sir. Awesome. Okay, and I will look those up. Always looking for new stuff to do, especially in areas like that. Christopher Sproles, I've often wondered why some national parks charge an entry fee and some do not. Do you guys believe they will begin charging to enter the Great Smoky Mountain National Park? Not if they keep their word to the landowners. Now, the government keeping their word, I know that's a concept, but that was part of the agreement to establish that national park, that there would never be an entrance fee. A lot of people say the parking fee is a way to charge an entrance fee. I don't agree, because that's not an entrance fee. You can still enter the Great Smokies and pay nothing. You can park there and pay nothing if you don't park in one spot more than 15 minutes. So it is a parking fee. There's some things I'd like to see them do with the revenue that I'm not seeing done. But anyway, they may eventually charge one. If they do, they have to break their word to the landowners. So, that still may happen. But I think most national parks do charge an entrance fee. Do they not? There may be some others that don't. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never really looked.
Yes, if you go to Amicaloa Falls in Dawsonville, go in the fall and stop by Burt's Pumpkin Patch. It's close by. Okay. So I'm assuming we would need to be there in the fall to do that. My message disappeared on where to get the salsa. Will have to contact me, I guess. Shoot us an email if you would. NCMemoryMakers at G or NCMemoryMakers1300 at gmail.com. So did you contact the restaurant? I think that's what I'm wanting to know. David Blevins, Don, you like to go to Disney World or Universal just for fun? Is he asking us, or was there somebody named Don? I think he's asking us. We haven't been to Disney. We've never been to Universal. We haven't been to Disney since about 15 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Disney's changed a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave that there. It was great when we went. Let's see. It's still beautiful. They changed the fireworks show at Magic Kingdom, and I thought Wishes was the greatest fireworks show in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the new one on YouTube. I think they had it right to start with. That parking fee is so worth it in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. I get the reasons behind it. I really do. One thing I'd like to see done is at Klingman's Dome, the little plaques that show you what you're looking at are some that I think Noah installed when he got off the ark. You can't read half of them. If you go to any other mountaintop, they have beautiful plaques with actual pictures in color that identify the mountains. And Klingman's Dome, it's like there hasn't been anybody from the National Service up there in 20 years, apparently. Worst plaques anywhere. I would love to see some of that revenue at least go to put some new signs up there. I've never been to a national park that didn't charge get the pass. We did get the pass.
Yeah.
We only got it because we were going to go to 3 this past week, so we came out $20 to the good doing that. Let's see, Florissant, Colorado, near Pikes Peak. I've never heard of Florissant.
To see fossil beds.
Requires the park pass to go in fossil beds. Okay.
Our Gmail is NCMemoryMakers1300 at gmail.com.
Right. I was going to say the same thing. Being a Christian, I no longer care to ever go back to Disney. I mean, that's you said it. I mean, if things changed, I'd go back, but I can't condone or support what Disney does now. Used to be, it was the greatest thing in the world. Pete McGay, is Louis Armstrong National Park in New Orleans the smallest? Wow. I did not.
Is it the smallest?
I am ashamed to say I didn't know there was a Louis Armstrong National Park. Is that a national park?
I was actually looking
What's
at
the one in South Carolina that through my lens just did? That was Congaree. That was either the smallest or the least visited.
Congaree National Park. And what was the one that he just named?
Louis Armstrong.
And
Go to Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Okay, yeah, scroll back down.
I don't see
one. Louisiana's not showing. Are you sure that might be a state park?
It's not showing in national. I was actually looking at national.
Yeah, it's
parks.
not coming up under national parks. Tony says, I like the flight videos, except I was watching y'all's NC to Dallas flights and there to Kansas. And both times y'all landed, I dropped my phone while viewing.
Hope it didn't break.
That landing in Wichita about dropped mine. That was rough, man. That was a rough landing. It was very, very turbulent. It was very turbulent when we took off out of Denver.
Yeah, but we didn't realize how windy it was in Wichita until we got off.
Once we got off, it was like
Wow.
Yeah. I like watching flight videos, so I post ours. In fact, if you want to go ahead and put that thumbnail that I chose earlier off your phone, we can go ahead and make it public. All right, I'll do it then. You take the comments.
Yeah, you know how to do that quicker and easier than me.
All right, will you go ahead and?
All right, so Paulette says, I agree with that on the Klingman-Dalton signs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Pete says, I got the pass for Glacier. It was also for the others. So, yeah. The America the Beautiful is for all national parks that charge a fee.
Mm-hmm.
Julianne, do y'all think Ghost Town at Maggie Valley will ever open
I do not
back
think so.
or with something new up there?
Maybe something new.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could be wrong, but we've been teased for years saying somebody's bought it and they're going to open it, and then it just sits there.
I just don't think so. I mean, with Dollywood being so close,
I don't think so.
I just don't think there's. What am I trying to say?
Did you delete those pictures?
I hadn't deleted any pictures.
Well, it was just on there this morning.
Pete says it is in the French Quarter.
Oh, there it is.
Robin Amlico, however you say it, Falls is in the next county for me. The word, is an Indian name that means tumbling waters.
The flight video is.
Well, you got to finish watching the live stream.
Yes, but it's up. So, all right.
So Pete says the land for Ghost Town was sold at auction.
I heard that.
CLB says one of the best views in North Carolina is from Ingles parking lot in Waynesville. Spectacular.
We always go to Publix
And
across the street.
The Dodge City across the road.
Yeah. Know where the Dodge City is.
Yeah, we've been to that Publix.
Maybe we need to forget Publix and start going to Ingles.
I see what the view is over there.
All right, Shane is bringing up a question here, and I'm going to throw this out there. Don't know what we're going to pick. We've got some ideas. Ouray, Colorado, and I just learned that it's not Ouray, it's Ouray. That's from somebody out there. Where the $1 Million Highway is located is also known as Switzerland of America. Now, we are considering, maybe not this Christmas, maybe this Christmas. We want to go to a Colorado town for Christmas where we can get snowed in and just get out and walk the town. That was one of the ones we looked at. Also, Telluride. We're also looking at Vail and Breckenridge. Does anybody have, I'm talking about something you think you'd see in a movie where they decorate it pretty. It's snowy. You can walk right out of your motel and just walk the streets and go back. We're considering going back to Colorado is what I'm getting at, but in the wintertime. So
they have a hot spring there?
Where you're
a hot spring?
Well, then it would appear they do. But yeah, that's supposed to be very, very scenic. That's like southwestern part of the state. The problem with it is it's so hard to get to from Denver. You'd probably have to fly to Salt Lake from there to get there. Ghost Town got sold. It is getting torn down. Wow.
Oh.
So I wonder what they're going to do with any of it.
That's where I rode my first roller coaster.
Saddened me too. I just liked it because honestly, it sits up on that mountain. It was even cool in the summertime up there. It was just a pleasant place to go in the summer. I liked watching the Indian hoop dance up there. Amicalola is in my backyard, literally. I can walk through woods, no road necessary, but I have to walk uphill coming back. Would love to see something new go up for gay. I'm curious what's going to happen there. Shane Grossman, Telluride, yes. Okay, a lot of people have recommended Telluride. My lady loves Colorado. She goes all the time for her dental clinic. I get jealous. Go with her sometime. That's a beautiful state. We went to Aspen. That's another one we were looking at. We've been to Vail. It was kind of small enough that I liked it. Very quaint. That's another thing we're looking for is quaint. But super pricey. I can imagine that. That's actually I was pricing Telluride, and one place was $2,600 a night. And I will not pay anybody $2,600 a night. I've never paid that in a week. But then there were some places that were more, I won't say cheap, but cheaper. Silverton, that's another one we've looked at. We've been to Silverton, actually. Pete says, I propose restaurants up on Ghost Town. Well, you talk about some restaurants with a view now. That would be it.
That's an idea.
Yeah. I love Denver.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The only thing about Denver at Christmas, we were staying outside of Denver in Littleton. They don't get white Christmases every year. I want somewhere where we're guaranteed to have snow. And they said it's like hit or miss. People that live there said sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. But yeah, actually I got some drone footage of Denver. I will be putting that up. It won't be a long video at all, but just some drone footage. Denver is very tough to fly a drone in legally because they got ordinances for you. Where you can usually go to the park. Denver has an ordinance at any park in town you can't fly a drone. So through her half brother, having a daughter that works there at a business, she actually says, as long as you can get clearance for the airspace, which I did, she says, I will take you to the roof of my business and you can fly from there all you want to. So we had a really good view of Denver and the Rocky Mountains from there.
Perfect.
Yeah. And since it's a private business, don't have to ask Denver. So, and I stayed above the roof, didn't go out over streets or anything. So, Sharon, it is hit or miss there. It snows around it usually.
Around Denver.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's what they said. I think they said about maybe 3 or 4 years out of 10, they get a white Christmas in Denver. But when you get up into the mountains, you're pretty much guaranteed. All this talk about Colorado and Aspen makes me want to listen to some John Denver music. Aspen Glow is one of my favorite Christmas songs by him. Yeah. We've never experienced it in the wintertime. Well, you go up on top of the mountains where there's still snow and cold wind. It feels like it, but I would imagine the winters can get really, really tough. Song of the Evergreens was written in Estes Park. That's another one we've been looking at for Christmas. But may not be this Christmas. Maybe like the following or something. But I thought Vail was kind of a neat little place. You could see it all, I almost say an hour, but we walked through it in about an hour, yeah. But it just seemed like a nice little place to have some snow and enjoy the season. So it's 8:30. We'll go to about 9 tonight. Then we got to get off here. We both work tomorrow. So anything else that anybody wants to talk about or ask us, feel free.
Everybody says they're tired too.
Yeah. Did you get to see the house near Vail that looks like a spaceship? No.
Huh.
We didn't go to Vail this time. We went our last trip 18 years ago. I don't think I knew about it. I don't think we knew that there was such a thing. Your brother was with us that day, and actually I think he was kind of showing us around. I don't think we did.
The sculptured house, also known as the sleeper house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it does kind of look like a spaceship. We saw it from the highway. I got pictures. Interesting.
By I-70.
I don't know how we would have missed it because we took 70. I'll tell you one on her brother, the one that was in the video. This was funny. Oh, I don't see how we could have missed that. This was kind of funny. This was not this trip. This is the last trip. We're driving through Leadville, one of the highest incorporated towns in the state, over 10,000 feet. And I'm seeing little white things flying around. This is July the 3rd. And I said, it wasn't enough that you could tell. It was just once in a while you'd see it. And I said, is that snow? He says, no, not this time of year. He said, it's cotton. So I didn't think any more about it. So we went through Leadville and took a left. You could see Mount Massive and Mount Elbert there, the really high peaks in Colorado. Mount Elbert's the high. So we took a left and we get a little bit out of town. And I look up on a hillside and it's a lot of cotton falling down, covering that hill. And I just looked at John and I said, I don't think that's cotton. It wasn't. It was snowing July 3rd. And it was actually coating that hill with snow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I really never let him forget that. I don't think. It was featured on TV. Yeah, we just looked it up. That would be something definitely if we went to Vail.
Yeah.
That we would want to see. Beaver Creek above Vail, the best. Write that down. Beaver Creek, because I've not really heard of that, and I would like to look at it.
Is there a pin over there? Look on the corner over there.
Yeah, there's a marker.
What's it called again?
He wrote it as one word. Beaver Creek. We have a spaceship house on Signal Mountain in Tennessee. Okay. There was a spaceship house on the Outer Banks of North Carolina near Cape Hatteras for years, but unfortunately it was destroyed by fire a few years ago. That's another place we're wanting to get back to is the Outer Banks.
Yeah, we've been talking about that.
I want to hear some more snow stories. Well, you got any snow stories?
What kind of snow
I don't know.
stories?
Somebody says you look sleepy. Louise says you look sleepy.
I'm always sleepy.
Tell us a snow story. Oh, okay, it's 2 words. Beaver Creek. All right.
Oh, it's 2 words.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, a friend of mine. She was saying.
Yeah, that's true. There are not any grizzlies in Rocky Mountain. That is true. I don't know why. They are in Yellowstone. They are in the Tetons. Why they have not made it to the Rockies, I don't know. But I've heard that myself, and we certainly have never seen one. Although there's supposed to be black bears, and we didn't see any of them, and there's just a lot of wide open places you would think we would have seen them. But we did see a moose there the first time we went.
Mm-hmm.
Did not see a moose this time. But I don't know the reason why, but that's true. I don't think there's any in Colorado at all. Very nice in winter, 9,500 feet. Yeah, that's about the right altitude to pretty much be guaranteed. Here's a great snow story. This is Wildcat Country. Remember the scene, The Wizard of Oz, where the Good Witch makes it snow and they fell asleep in the field of flowers? That was poppies. Yeah, that was asbestos. There. Wow, I did not know that.
It seemed like I do remember hearing something about it was something poisonous.
I guess that movie was made in what, 39?
Did they even know
Probably
how bad it was?
Probably
maybe?
did. Paulette says, I like your hair longer on you. Very pretty. I'm getting tired too.
Thank you.
Let's see. Sharon Hansel, Wildcat. I heard that.
Have we seen the VA Fun Seekers recent Outer Banks video?
Some of them, yes.
Yeah.
I did watch their motel video. I actually complimented David on the drone footage. I really thought that was good. And obviously, I had to watch Captain George's, because if there is a Captain George's anywhere near David, David's going to go to Captain George's.
They're good.
They are. And
Just a lot of food.
yeah, he and I were actually texting the other night about maybe meeting up down there whenever the spot run and go do some fishing. Haven't worked out any of the details yet, but I haven't been to the Outer Banks in a long time. I have not watched all the restaurant videos. I did watch where they did a diner.
Kill Devil, Kill.
Was that it?
Something cafe.
But I did watch the motel, and I did watch the Captain George's. Koala is back. All right, well, welcome back. Paulette says, I would feel safer hiking in the Rocky Mountains. I'm going to go ahead and tell you something now. I don't think I could hike those mountains. We hike around here. You'll get more winded going up Clingman's Dome than you will walking at our elevation. I can tell the difference. You really tell the difference. I mean, it's the difference on steroids once you get up 14,000 feet. When we were on Pikes Peak, just walking was different. I don't know how it was different. Lightheaded, breathing harder.
My heart was racing.
We got a guy in our church. He lives here now. He's from Leadville, Colorado. He's out there right now. And he's posting pictures of him hiking all these 14,000 footers. And I want to strangle him because I don't see how he does it.
And we saw people riding bikes up Pikes Peak. It's
Yeah,
like,
a
how
guy's
do you
riding
do
a
that?
bicycle up Pikes Peak. And aside from the fact that that's annoying, you have to admire him.
Yeah.
You have to
I
admire.
can't bike up our
He's
little
literally
bitty hill.
Pedaling that thing. Yeah, I can't bike up our hill. I could not. I don't think I could hike those mountains. I'd have to be out there for a while and get acclimated to the altitude.
Oh, yeah.
Because Pikes Peak did a number on us. I mean,
Mhm.
very lightheaded, dizzy, and short of breath.
So Pete says he saw one grizzly in Glacier last year. Lots of ibex goats. Whoops, what's happening here?
Okay.
He said, I just watched the video. Why is it doing that?
I'm going to watch that $1 million.
The $1 million highway. No way would I drive. I want to see that. Yeah, we're watching that right
I've
after
heard
this.
of that, but I just never have really looked it up. Go watch Will and Dawn's new ones. That's my dream trip to South Dakota. We've watched a few of those now. They had a wonderful time in Minnesota. That's where we just were last summer. Then they went on into the Dakotas. They actually went to Fargo. We went to Fargo. I did not know about the Dairy Queen there in Moorhead, though. So
No, I
I
didn't
kind of
either.
wish I had stopped and got that one. But my son, our oldest son, has made several trips out there. He rides our back about going to South Dakota. So at some point, just to
He's
pacify
hiked
him.
in the Badlands, and
Yeah.
also he's been to Mount Rushmore. And
I actually sent him a screenshot of Will and Dawn out there. I said, you would be proud of them.
but there now tell him the story. I want to see if anybody else has heard it. So when he was there at Mount Rushmore, he got ice cream, and he said one of the presidents
Yeah, somebody help with this one.
had made
Thomas Jefferson.
homemade ice cream.
It's
way back
somewhere, I
then.
don't know if it's Waldrug or somewhere out there, or Sturgis. I don't remember.
No, he was eating it while he was at Mount Rushmore.
But they sold him some line about that being Thomas Jefferson's
Homemade
recipe for homemade ice cream.
We're like, where'd he get the ice?
And I just looked at him. I said, are you thinking? First of all, where would Thomas Jefferson, who was president in Washington, D.C., get ice in the summertime back then? People say, well, they had ice houses. Really? In Virginia or Washington, D.C., in the summertime, where are you going to keep ice
South Dakota,
at?
yeah. So if anybody's ever heard that, please let us know. I want to know that.
Never eaten spots with a mild fish. You know, it's been a long time since I've eaten one. I remember them being mild. I would maybe liken it to like a freshwater bluegill or crappie or something. About that size. Altitude, yeah, it is altitude sickness. That's exactly what it is. And what hurt us was we were so rushed. They say to once you get into Colorado, stay in the cities for a couple of days. We didn't have a couple of days. We went straight from Kansas to Pikes Peak. Quite a contrast.
Yeah.
From 2,500 feet in Dodge City to 14,100 feet in a few hours. So
thankfully we drove down okay.
Yeah.
You did a good job.
Yeah, but it is the elevation, Paulette. That is absolutely true. Get real sleepy. I don't know if I got sleepy. Of course, it would make sense if you're oxygen deprived. But,
I'm sure they train for you. You'd have to train for that.
Will you be doing Christmas? Absolutely. Don't know where yet. Well, we just threw out one of our ideas, and that was possibly another Colorado trip. We'll just have to see how things are financially at that point and how expensive it is out there. But yes, October through December will be pretty much our busy times. Yeah. And of course fall, the summer. Yeah. Because we always want to do something fall leaves. I don't know why. I love leaves. And I like decorations. So yeah, we will be doing Christmas videos. Have we ever taken a cruise? We have taken 6 cruises. We have not cruised since 2017. Reason being is our 15-year-old Yorkie. We're not going to board him. Our son, who used to live close and would keep him, does not live close anymore. He's just getting to the age where we don't want to go off that far without him at this point. So as long as we have him, I think cruising's on the shelf, but we will start doing it at some point. Yeah. And I'm not hurrying that because I hope he lives many more years.
We love our little tiny.
He's still very, very good health. Yeah. But we have cruised to the Bahamas and the Caribbean. I'd love to do an Alaska cruise.
Yeah, that would be nice.
My dad told me Pikes Peak got him feeling dizzy. Yeah, it is. And I'll go ahead and tell you this, don't drink caffeine when you're up there. I did that my first trip. I got me a tea. I about couldn't stand up. Second trip, I did good. We had been in Colorado for days at that point, and I didn't feel anything that day, I don't think.
Yeah, I got a little sick, and I don't remember if I had caffeine or what.
But then this past time, Pikes Peak can do a number on you. I'm going to make my lady squeal on that $1 Million Road. There you go. Gary Millwood, there's a lot of wind on top of Stone Mountain, Georgia. That you're touching on something there, a place that we want to go back to and do videos. We've done Stone Mountain Park. We did it when they still did the laser show. They do something different now. I would like to know what it is before I go out there and see it.
Yeah, they only did the laser show like 3 times a year.
But I think they changed it up because everybody's mad about something. Did you go to Moose Wilson Road in Grand Tetons? Moose Wilson? I don't remember that.
I don't remember that.
We were sure looking for moose. There was a Moose Junction. There sure was. It might be the same thing they're talking about. No, that was in Yellowstone, though. Moose Junction was in Yellowstone, was it not? I don't know. There was a Moose Junction somewhere. We didn't go on that road. We're planning that trip in 2026 on our 25th anniversary. Well, that'd be a great anniversary trip. I hope y'all get to do it and have a great one. Y'all mentioned not by name, a restaurant you want to try outside Waynesville on a previous live stream. It's called Clyde's. It's not called Clyde's. It's in Clyde. There's a town of Clyde.
There is a restaurant called Clyde's that I see every time I go to
When we were camping at Indian Creek, a guy commented and recommended this restaurant to us. Now, we get, I'm just going to say this, I'm going to be nice. We get more recommendations than what we'll ever be able to do. I've had like 17 private message recommendations sent to me by one person this week. We're not ever going to get to do them all, but we will look at them. And if it's something that we think we'd enjoy doing, this was something grill. It looked
Red
amazing.
Rooster, Blue Rooster, something.
It looked amazing.
Yeah.
We were going to do it on our way back from camping, but they're closed on weekends.
Yeah.
So they weren't open. So But we do go up sometimes on Thursday nights and spend Friday. So if that happens soon, that is on our list.
It is. But Clyde's, I have seen the billboard for that going into Maggie Valley, and it says this is where the locals eat. It looks like a little diner thing.
There is, yes.
We probably should look at that.
There is a diner, yes. Or maybe that is what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But you said, no, they said it was one we mentioned.
Y'all mentioned not by name, a restaurant you wanted to try outside Waynesville on a previous live stream. I think
that was the one the guy recommended us. It's something grill. I wish he was watching tonight.
Hold on.
I think it was Blue Rooster, something like that. Blue Rooster Southern Grill, Clyde, North Carolina. Yeah, that is the one we mentioned. But there is a Clyde's Diner too, I think.
Yes,
a cafe or something like that. But yeah, it's in the town of Clyde. I think both of them are.
Yeah.
I wash dishes at Clyde's, and wow, I would love to see you on Colorado. Now, Paulette, do you live in Colorado? I thought you said earlier where you lived. Are you from there? Okay, yeah, because believe me, I'd love to see us in Colorado too, but you've at least been there because you seem to have a lot of knowledge of the state. But I think she told us where she was from earlier. Jefferson.
Well, she was the one that also was in Siesta Key, and
Jefferson was the first American to ever be credited with the first rest. So he was okay. That still don't answer my question. Where did he get the ice? Because obviously in the wintertime he could get ice, but who makes ice cream in the wintertime? So where would he, in Washington D.C. or Virginia, and at that time have ice? That's what I couldn't get my mind around.
We've picked on him.
Yeah, I mean he may be right, but I just. What about coming out to California, the Sierras and the Redwoods? Well, we have done videos in California. We did not get to the Sierras and the Redwoods, but we did 2021 Christmas time, Pacific Coast Highway, Santa Monica Pier, San Diego. We got as far north as Monterey. Morro Rock, Morro Bay, went to Solving. Neat town. That's another one I'd like to get back to. Would like to see the Sierras and the Redwoods. Pete says Clyde and Mary Lou Green was good to me. I love Clyde's restaurant. We'll have to check that too.
Yeah, we will.
Julie Ann, we got 13 minutes left. We are gonna go sign off at 9. I just watched Mike and Heather's YouTube channel where they went a year ago to Mount Rushmore. They got ice cream. She wanted the Thomas Jefferson ice cream. They was sold out.
So if we go out there, we're getting ice cream.
Yeah. Oh,
did Will and Dawn get the ice cream?
I have not watched all of them yet. We'll have
Does anybody know if they got it? I'm curious.
Gary Millwood breaking up on my end. I'm not sure what's going on there. Pete has watched a lot of my dishes. Thanks, Pete. Kathy McGee, our friends are on an Alaskan cruise with David Jeremiah right now.
Nice.
But that's better than most cruises we've been on. I guess that's one of those Christian cruises, hopefully where they shut down the bars and casinos and have services. Yeah. That's great. Breaking up on my end, internet connection going in and out. That's 2 people. Wow. Really, CLB, it was in the 80s.
When they were watching
Philip,
dishes.
hate to leave, but good night, Philip. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Deborah. One thing I noticed is how the Smokies is so lush, yes, and green compared to the beauty you saw. It's beautiful. It is. It's 2 totally different worlds. Yeah. It's a lot greener here. Well, I should say in the east, but once you get out of Kansas, the further west you go, like into Colorado, it becomes more brown or red.
Rocky.
Rocky, yeah.
The trees are different out there. Very different.
But it is beautiful, and it's beautiful here in the Smokies too. Yeah. The Smokies is always going to be number 1 to me. Mm-hmm. And it was just weird what you said a couple of days ago, because I had been thinking it. And you said, I feel like we need to go back to the Smokies after all that. It was almost like to apologize or something.
Well, I told him,
really, but
we got reservations. But I said, we need to ride through the national park. And so we need to do a video. Because I feel like we've been doing national park videos. And it's like, you know, here we've got our favorite in our backyard. And
we've done a ride through before featuring the overlooks and stuff. It certainly would not hurt to do another one. Better cameras, better equipment, hopefully better video and skills than them. So we'll see. I'd almost rather do it when the haze is gone, though. Maybe like after a few cool nights in September or October. Yeah. That might be a good time to do that. Mm-hmm.
So his actual handwritten recipe is at the Library of Congress.
Wow.
Well, hopefully Dylan doesn't watch
I
this.
still want to know how he made it. Well, I mean, I'm not saying he was wrong. I just asked him. I said, "Where do you get the ice?" And Dylan, this look come over his face. Like I hadn't thought of that.
It's like there's
So-
ice houses.
Yeah, but I don't know how you could keep ice in that period of time in Virginia. I live in Delaware by the beach. That's right. Okay, Delaware. So I guess like Dewey Beach, is that Rehoboth, that area? Been there many, many years ago. Jefferson had the first recorded recipe for vanilla ice cream in America. That's what we're being told. The Blue Rooster is in the old shopping center Burger King, it's in a Burger King. Okay, or an old Burger King.
Shopping center, Burger King, etc. on the highway. So it's like
Waynesville. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's where that guy told us we got to go. Paul, we've never been to Colorado. Wow. Okay. Go if you get the chance.
Yeah.
Great place. So 10 more minutes. I follow a YouTube channel called Home Free Alaska. They live off grid in a small, beautiful cabin. My point is they show so many beautiful areas of Alaska. She does great drone video.
Oh, okay.
If I lived in Alaska, I guarantee you I'd have a drone. Guarantee it. And I don't know. She may have. I just guarantee they don't harass her out there for using it either. But
he might have used snow to make it and not ice, not yellow, just not yellow. Yellow snow.
Yeah. Hubby and I heading to the Smoky Mountains in August.
All right.
Great. I haven't been to Solvang yet. Would love that. It's a neat town.
Yeah.
What is it? German or Dutch?
Dutch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's as far as that and Gatlinburg. There's a lot more to Solvang than there is Gatlinburg.
Yeah,
big.
that would be something where you'd want to spend several days to explore.
We had breakfast with our friends at Paula's Pancake House.
Yeah.
We did a review there. In fact, walked around the street with them. It was rainy that day. That was kind of the only thing that put a damper on it. It was rainy, but I really, really enjoyed it. I'd never heard of it. We're sitting there, they're living that night. They're trying to think of things for us to do. And they said solving. I said, what do you want me to solve? He said, no, solving. I said, I don't have any idea what you're talking about. So then they told us it's a town. So I'm like, okay, what? But I liked it.
That's nice.
Jeff says, I enjoy your videos. I normally watch you on my Fire Stick and give you likes. Hope it shows up on your. We don't see who likes, but we see when somebody does or when they dislike. That's why
we just see the number of thumbs up.
That's why I made that remark earlier. We literally have somebody who lives to wait for we upload a video so they can just thumbs down it.
And we're always watching.
I hope they are finding some peace in their life from doing that. It doesn't hurt us. We'll have hundreds of likes compared to their one little. But yes, we do see the number, but we don't see who does it. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Bobby says, "Hey guys."
I don't think they did. That's probably in reference to something before.
Wait, where's that?
Okay, her last comment was about haven't been to Solvang. Okay, I'm not sure. But yeah, if you get a chance to go there, it's great. Hey guys, hey Bobby. Arkita Keys, thank you for being here tonight. Good evening to the both of you. Never been to Colorado, but I wanted you to know I'm watching tonight. God bless. Thank you. God bless you as well.
Snow, maybe.
Possibly. I love snow cream. You know what's interesting? Her family's from Minnesota. We've had to tell them what snow cream is. Apparently people up there, they don't eat it. It's just like.
Well, I know when we moved here, I'd never heard of snow cream.
That's mind-boggling to me.
It's like it's a treat around here.
You're real, but okay, yeah. When are y'all going to the Grand Ole Opry and do a video? We don't really have any plans on the agenda of doing that. We were in Nashville 8 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Haven't really been back to Nashville.
Yeah.
To be honest, I mean, at some point. Shane Grossman, I told the Colorado locals that the Smoky Mountains will ever be the same. To see these Rocky Mountains is breathtaking, but Smoky Mountains fall. I'm going to tell you something really interesting. Now, where was that lady that told us? When she found out what we do on YouTube, she was in West Yellowstone, wasn't she?
I was going to say, who?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm going to say. She goes to Gatlinburg every year. She lived, where was that? Was that West Yellowstone? We were in that store. We were in a store somewhere. And the lady says, I go to Gatlinburg every year for some kind of.
Oh, yeah. That was a t-shirt shop.
But am I right? Was that West Yellowstone?
She goes to Gatlinburg for some t-shirt convention.
Living right there at Yellowstone and Grand Tetons, she says the Smokies are so beautiful.
Yeah.
And she mentioned the fall. Because she said that they don't really get a lot of that variety there. And it's just something people here want to see the West, and she's like, I love going to the Smokies.
Yeah.
Oops, I know.
Wait, Bobby, do you remember me? Give me a
I
hint.
do. Your name, yes. Have we? Take it.
Wait, Bobby
Livingsworth.
I'm sorry, Livings. Wait, where at?
Right here. I'm trying to look at the profile picture. That's
a
not.
cartoon.
Yeah.
Give us a hint.
Yeah, give us a hint. I think it. Maybe we met. So drop us a comment real quick. We're going off here in 5 minutes, but drop us a comment and let us know. P. Brian, we are planning on going to Mackinac Island in the fall. Have you been there? We have not. Do you have any recommendation for restaurants? We have not been to Michigan to do videos. We have been to Michigan in a long time.
Yankee in the South, did they not go there?
They're from there.
They probably have some videos.
So check out Yankee in the South because they are both from Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
They travel up there often.
Yeah, I think they had gone there within the last year.
Yes, maybe. I believe you're right about that. Love you guys. Fantastic chat. Great live stream. Catch you next one. Thank you, Pete. Have a good evening. Jefferson was able to enjoy ice cream throughout the year because ice was harvested from the Rivanna River in winter and taken to the Monticello Ice House. Maybe so. It's very hot here in the South, and even up there in the summer. I just don't see how that ice house could have held ice. But thank you both for an enjoyable time, better than any TV. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Especially when we're competing with the RNC and the All-Star game. I appreciate that. Sharon Hanson, I meant Will and Dawn and the ice cream. I don't think they got it. Should have clarified. Okay.
Oh.
We've started watching some of their videos of that trip. We just haven't been able to watch all of them yet. I'm still trying to upload videos.
Yeah.
That is such a job.
And
yes.
I finally got our suitcases unpacked, but now they're sitting empty. I hadn't put them up yet. So.
Love snow cream. Haven't had it in years. Yeah. All right, guys. We'll take these comments that are already up, and then we're going to have to get on off here.
Well, no, that Bobby Livingsworth just said, oh.
No, Bobby. We want to know if we've met you somewhere. We have met many, many viewers.
I want to know.
Yeah, I do too. So let us know. I used to watch Will and Dawn, but I don't like how they, I don't know what happened there. That's between them. I don't know what happened. I can hear a lot of things, but I don't know. I really try not to get involved in personal lives of other YouTubers. So they've always treated us well. I don't have anything bad to say about them, but I don't know the situation. So that's all I can really say there. Jefferson could put 62 wagon loads of ice in the ice house, and it usually lasts till mid-October. That's interesting to know. Tony says, the other night, Ginger accidentally put tartar sauce on her baked potatoes instead of sour cream while we were out eating. What video was it when you put ranch on your fish while vacationing? That was last summer, Siesta Key at Salty Dog, the old Salty Dog.
Yeah.
I think that's where I did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Should have been watching what I was doing. Really enjoyed the chat tonight. Good night. Good night, Wanda. We're gonna say good night here in just a minute, guys. So whatever comments are here, we'll take. But we can't really go.
Hold on a second here, because I'm sitting here. Usually, if we meet subscribers,
we try to take a picture with them. There have been a few to decline, though.
Yeah, but hold on. Let me go back to the one. But it said
RVTV has some great travel videos as well. I've heard of them. Dawn and Will's video of the West are outstanding also. We'll have to check those out.
So I got on here from.
Good night, Paulette. Thank you.
Did we meet you in Mount Airy, you and your wife in Mount
He
Airy
just answered. I have not met you guys, just been following on YouTube.
Oh.
Okay, well, we do recognize your name. Yes, we do remember that. When you asked if we remembered you, I was trying to think if we had met you because it's honestly, it's a rare trip to Gatlinburg now that somebody doesn't stop us and say, hey, we watch you on YouTube. That happened to us at the airport when we were leaving to go out west. A guy flagged us down in the airport.
Yeah.
So we love meeting people, but honestly, we don't always remember every name. That's why we try to make a post right then and there.
I try to do that.
Yeah.
And then too, like when you guys make comments and stuff, especially on Facebook, because I do the Facebook, he remembers more on the YouTube and I remember more on the
But Bobby,
Facebook.
we do thank you for watching and following us, and maybe we will get to meet you. Tony,
Yeah.
You're more fun than the RNC and Bog. And I think maybe since the people had to hear that rendition of the national anthem, I think maybe you should sing it tonight as our we'll call it a parting shot.
I'm too tired.
Okay. She wouldn't sing America the Beautiful on Pikes Peak either.
Paris
Try to get her to do
too
that. Yeah. But good night, Louise. Good night, everybody. Very much enjoyed this. Thank you, Sharon.
Thanks, guys.
Good night, Lisa. Good night, Mike. Brenda. Good night. Good night, everybody. I really like y'all's videos because you go into details and prices on there. Thank you, Julie. Appreciate that. Also, beds in Colorado near Woodland Park, also an option for Christmas. Thank you for that. And Jeff, I think it's the last comment. There's one more. Have a good and blessed night. God is good. Shane, take care.
Good night, Kathy.
Good night. So, thank you everybody for watching. Great live stream tonight.
Koala Bear, good night.
Yes, good night, Koala Bear, and have a wonderful week.
Have a good night, Randy.
So we're going to do just a mass good night to everybody.
Good night, CLB.
Yes, thank y'all for watching tonight. So we're going to sign off. So thank y'all. God bless.